Hey guys, Miss Jagger here, and welcome back to another channel update. You can no doubt tell by the tone of my voice that I am ill. Oh boy. This week has been interesting. By Monday, I was feeling a slight cough. By Tuesday, my slight cough turned into a sore throat. And by today, that cough or by Wednesday, that cough went from a nasty cough to me being sick more than two times, I think three or four. And basically my stomach was deciding to go to shit, my head was splitting open, and I've had to unfortunately take 2 days off work because of it. So, in short, things have been slightly delayed thanks to that. Uh, this time yesterday I was absolutely hanging. I haven't been that ill for years. I'd actually had a good damn streak as well. Previously I had the last time I was ill was late 2014. You know, puking wise, and I held pretty well for a period of time. I think I also wasn't ill for like early 2015 as well. Like last point time I was kind of ill enough that it would affect me, 2015, and now I'm just streak's gone. Got to start again. So 2 months into 2016, not only have I puked, I have also been ill, badly enough. So, the only benefit, if you will, is the fact that whilst I've been recovering, I've been able to recover without having to go to work, which is not much of a console because it's like, well, I don't like leaving work hanging, but if you're ill, you're ill. So the main reason for this channel update is because, obviously, because I was ill, there were certain videos that I wanted to upload, namely my patch 9.14 test server, which I will be uploading. I believe I'll try and get them uploaded today. I've spent yesterday rendering them, so I'll probably try and get them up at some point today. But I also have a little bonus mini-series for you guys, which I was going to try and introduce to you guys with a voiceover, but what I might just do is I might just upload them and just have the footage there because, well, in short... Basically, one time, about a week or two ago, I was with a few friends of mine, and we all kind of thought, well, let's do one of the heists together. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and edit them in a sort of good, decent enough fashion, whilst also preserving the humour. Um, I warn you, there will be words that probably some will find offensive, but I guess at this point we're on YouTube now, so word of warning, say the least. Um, so basically, it's going to be a series of videos of myself and a few friends of mine on a heist where we're completing all the setup missions before then going on to the actual heist itself. And I don't know if I'm going to pursue anything with this. It's just because, we were there, I recorded, there were some funny moments. So, that's sort of what I wanted to do with the thing. Um, but yeah, so if you like that stuff, by all means, let me know in the comment section down below. Um, Another thing I actually wanted to talk to you guys about, which is kind of just thought about, but I think it's very important, is recently there's been a bit of a clamour on YouTube. Not with regards to the Brothers React thing. I mean, it's hilarious that the Brothers React thing actually tried to trademark that sort of stuff. I mean, I'm not a React fan sort of thing, but either way. But the thing that I would say, which actually does affect all of us, is the copyright system that is currently working on YouTube. Um, Now, there's a YouTuber who's made this more, has basically been a spearhead for this, is known as the Nostalgia Critic. Now, if you don't know who the Nostalgia Critic is, he's basically a person who reviews a series of films and older films to basically sort of not only poke holes at the older films that we once thought was absolutely fantastic, but also he actually reviews and actually gives good harsh criticism to films that really don't bother to do anything. And also, he's absolutely hilarious as Christ. So I highly recommend you go check him out if you are interested in that sort of humor. But recently, he and his crew were hit with a series of copyright violation strikes. Unfortunately, they've been suffering with the copyright system that YouTube has for a while, but these particular ones really affected his channel because not only did they remove his ability to earn money, they also limited what his channel could do. So, for example, the way that the YouTube copyright system works, and I'm not entirely an expert, but from what I know, is that if you get a serious strike rather than a claim, then because they're two separate things, a claim is basically not so important, and it's kind of the favorite route of all people who claim on stuff, because basically what it does is it basically enough of the video in question is heard for someone to say, "Oi, dunk," I'm gonna claim the money off that sort of thing, or make it so that people can't watch it on some stupid bullshit. And whoever earns the rights to that video, whoever's earning money off that video, even though it's under fair use, will lose money for it. And even though, and during the time in which the claim has been made, the people who take the money, the corporation takes the money and steals it, they get to keep the cash once the claim runs out. But anyway, going back to the point, Nostalgia Critic received a strike, which meant that not only could they no longer earn any money from their channel, which is, it's an amateur channel on YouTube. We don't earn as much anyway. So to get that is really crippling. And then they also were forced to make videos that were no longer than 15 minutes. Yes. And the reason for this is there are a number of reasons why this happens. And this doesn't just happen to the big channels or to minimal channels. This happens to everyone. Anyone who basically has whoever makes a content which either displeases or annoys people who can't take criticism, or money-grabbing thugs who just cannot consider a concept of the internet working with them, sort of thing. And I'll put a link down below in the description where the new hashtag, which I've actually hashtagged for the first time. I don't normally hashtag, but this one is important to me as well as you, which is basically hashtag was that fair use, or WTFU. So I'll put the link down below in the description, but I think this is very important because this doesn't just affect the channels which do video reviews, music videos, or things. It affects everyone. Anyone who wants to make content on YouTube and potentially earn some money off it, even though everything is under fair use, it still, for some reason, allows the corporations to make claims or strikes, and the system at the moment is very favorable to the claimants, not the defendants. So the point I'm trying to raise here is that this thing also affects video gamers as well, and it's affected me. One series in particular which has been affected by the copyright system that is utter garbage, in my opinion, was the Liberation of America. There were a couple of videos which, because the normal video game soundtrack for I made a mistake on one of the videos where I made there was a custom soundtrack which was involved, and unfortunately it was too loud because the game likes to turn itself up every time I turn it down. The audio claim system went into effect, and basically someone says, "Oh, you can't play this video, you can't earn money from it." And so I was like, "Oh shit." But then other videos where I had the native audio for the game, which was legally, I'm not a legal person, I have no clue about the legal law, but I very much know, and I'm aware that Sega says, "Look, you can do this shit so long as this is a game. We are allowed to do this." And they say if anyone ever makes a claim against you, you can say this. And so, it's under they own the thing. But some random dummy corporation for mobile phones made a couple of claims on a number of my videos. And basically they took the monetization away. And I'm like, for God's sake, I barely get 4 views on the sodding video. Yeah, probably my main strength in video making is World of Tanks. I have no idea why. I enjoy playing other games. I enjoy ironically, despite I enjoy making World of Tanks videos, sure, but I actually find myself enjoying more so making Total War videos, or making videos where I'm going through Fallout. Yeah, sure, I'm very inexperienced when it comes to first play Let's Plays, but at the same time now, I enjoy them nonetheless. And I find it very scummy that a company who sees a channel which is so amateur. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not a professional YouTuber. I barely get we're getting there. We're getting there slowly but surely. We're going to be able to hit that 1,000 subscriber mark. You know, we've got 690 subscribers. That's just bloody crazy. So, you know, I'm always going to be grateful for that. But what I find confusing and insulting is how dare you think that any channel is viable to get claimed upon just because you're so desperate for cash? I mean, you know, as I said, well, as I will say, Nostalgia Critic made a video a couple days ago which highlights this completely, and I will link it down below in the description because it is very much needed to be known. Because at the moment, YouTube are basically washing their hands of this system. Well, they're not washing their. I don't know how to best describe it. They've got this system in place which doesn't work. It's not balanced. It's not fair. You know, to put into World of Tanks terms, it would be like having the Death Star on autoloader. You know, a 4-shot autoloading gun with the same accuracy, aiming time, and penetration, just as an autoloader. So, and oh yeah, double its ammunition capacity. So it's like got 36 shells. You know, and the reload's about 25 seconds. You know, that's how bullshit it is. You know, you've got no chance if the bastards start claiming at you. You've got a copyright strike, you've got a copyright claim, video gets taken down, and here's another fun fact. Oh no, two fun facts. First of all, you can only appeal to 3 claims. You can only dispute 3 claims at a time. Just 3. That's it. If someone puts multiple copyright claims upon your videos, if you do certain stuff which is more viable to get copyright claimed, you will have a crap ton of claims on your video. Someone can go click, 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 and you can only go dispute that, and because you don't want to get your channel banned, if you have 3 disputes that are ignored, or basically they say nope, you can't dispute that, you lose your channel. That's it. All of your hard work, if you're a YouTuber who's dedicated his life to making that sort of stuff, to be completely quashed down by some greedy corporation or someone who just cannot take criticism like that, is scummy. It's absolutely fucking scummy. You know, what arsehole thinks that's fair? You know? And this is a bit of a rant now, but I stand against it permanently. You know, fair use. I'm afraid I will need to learn about this fair use. I mean, in greater detail, so I know when I'm right and when I'm wrong. But I know enough about fair use to know that right now YouTube is unbalanced. YouTube is broken. You know, the copyright claims is broken because people who make honestly good, fair content, stuff which represents something in a non-copyrighted way, you know, that's fair use. When someone makes a critical review, you know, a review of a film and says, oh yeah, that film isn't as good because of this. You know, someone who has experience in filmmaking and knows what is good and what is bad, you know, that's fair use. The Jimquisition, who basically shits on companies who shit on the players, that's fair use, because he's not highlighting and he's not saying, oh, I made this content, and basically has a walkthrough and says, oh yeah, I made it. No, he is saying, this game is terrible because of this, and this game is terrible because of that, and, you know, he will rip the shit out of a company who does this to him. It's hilarious when someone tries to write him down. You know, there are a lot of videos out there that are unnecessarily being claimed upon, and there are so many people out there who are struggling to make a decent, you know, to be able to make their content on YouTube, because basically now the Hollywood and the big corporations, those who are afraid to work with the internet, are basically stamping down on people who basically disagree with them. It's like we've gone from a democracy to a dictatorship in like 2 fell sweeps. And because there are people out there who don't believe in the internet or don't believe in utilizing YouTubers in a positive manner rather than a negative manner, I mean, for God's sake, what was the game in particular? Absolutely hate. I think it's like, oh, what was it? Yeah, obviously Rockstar. You know, you can't play. You don't want to try going on Rockstar. You don't want to play GTA 5 with the audio at the same level, and you be quiet for long enough for the audio track to be heard, because some asshole will probably claim it. You know, there are lots of things now which YouTubers are afraid to do because they're smashing down on the YouTubers. You know, so like I said, I'll put a description. I'll put the link in the description for you guys to watch because, as I said, this isn't just going to affect the big, the famous YouTubers. It's going to affect everyone. You know, unless you're a big YouTuber like PewDiePie, Markiplier, or anyone who can really leverage some hatred against you or against corporations. The copyright system will always be abused. People will always have to struggle against people who just claim and get free money, who basically get to say, to dictate how the marketing goes. I fucking hate that when someone does that. Um, you know, People who basically feel that their content is good and whoever says it is wrong and I'm gonna take your channel down because you're an asshole. I don't like you anymore. You said you were gonna submit a review, but you didn't say you were gonna say anything nasty by it. That needs to stop. They need to fix it. Hashtag was that fair use? So yeah, slight rant, but I just thought I'd let you know my opinion on the matter because people need to know this is not something which will go away if we ignore it. We need to start telling YouTube this is not fair. This isn't right. People need to know that, well, YouTube needs to know, and the corporations need to know that there is a legal reason why we're allowed to do this. What's the point of making YouTube if people who, make YouTube videos about something which inadvertently provides advertisement for free, or people who make videos which advise people on better video games, which may actually act better than any board marketing people saying, well, the status is said for this. If there's a fuck ton of people outside saying your game is shit because you won't give us one thing, and then the corporational bigots inside the building are like, well, the status is stay. It's like, no, I'll listen to the people outside who actually have an opinion, who aren't just sitting there in their fat cat museums arguing the toss. But anyhow. So, yeah. Hashtag was that fair use? Please, I advise all of you who watch this video to go to the Nostalgia Critics video, which I'll pop in the description. Please watch, and please share this information. Please share his video on Facebook. Please share his video on Twitter. Anything of the above. Just send the message out there, because this is a fight which YouTubers, we've got leverage, and things are slowly, hopefully things will go for the better. But right now, YouTubers are being bullied. YouTubers are being bullied. They're being insulted in some regards. They're being treated like children, misbehaving children, and that's not fair because we probably make more things. We probably make some of the things that make these games popular, or films, or whatever. Anyway, so to summarize, I will be uploading these bonus videos as well as the 9.14 later than intended due to illness. But I will definitely get them up as much as possible. As I said, I'll probably have no introduction for the GTA one because this is just me. It's a mini bonus series, so if you guys like it, by all means let me know in the comment section down below and all that. And finally, hashtag was that fair use? Please watch that video because Nostalgia Critic not only describes it in better detail than I could, but it also represents something which everyone on YouTube who has an interest in creating stuff, who has an interest in showing their love for a program or a game or a film or anything in the form of a YouTube video, everyone who wants to create something is going to be affected by this until someone finally says, no, enough, change the system. See you guys next time. This is Miss Jager signing out.